All right, today we're cracking open a cosmic case file. We're talking about a visitor that showed up and basically defied all explanation. A true interstellar enigma that pretty much challenged everything we thought we knew. So, picture this. It's 2025. Something comes screaming in from deep space. I mean, from another star system entirely. And right from the get-go, we knew this thing was different. This was not just another comet. No, this was like a puzzle box just hurtling right through our solar system. And here it is. Look at that. This is not science fiction, folks. This is the actual image of 3I/Atlas caught by the Hubble Space Telescope. Now, this was only the third object from another star that we'd ever been able to confirm, and right away, it started to mess with everything we thought we knew about visitors from space. Okay, so where it came from? No doubt about that. Its path was clearly interstellar, but its behavior? Oh, that was a whole other story. It was a total outlier, an object that just seemed to be playing by its own set of rules. And that is the big question, right? The one that kicked off this huge debate among scientists. Are we just looking at some 1 in a billion natural fluke? A comet so weird it makes us rewrite the textbooks? Or are we looking at something else? Something that scientists call a technosignature, a possible sign of alien tech. So to figure that out, we have to do what any good detective would do. Follow the evidence. And seriously, think of this as a detective story. Because there wasn't just one weird thing about 3I/Atlas. Nope, there was a whole trail of clues. 10 separate anomalies that, when you put them all together, paint a really, really strange picture. So clue number 1, its path. Check out this contrast. 3I Atlas came into our solar system almost perfectly flat, totally lined up with the plane where all our planets orbit. The odds of that happening just by chance? They're ridiculously low. So was that just a wild coincidence? Or was this the quietest, most stealthy way you could possibly approach us? And yeah, it gets weirder. The object didn't just do a simple flyby. Oh no. It made a series of close passes near Venus, then Mars, and Jupiter. It was like a grand tour of the inner solar system. The probability of that happening randomly, get this, it's less than 0.005%. And no, that is not a typo. That's a number so small, it's basically screaming for an explanation. And then it pulled a vanishing act. Right when it was getting closest to the sun, the absolute perfect moment to fire an engine and get a massive speed boost, it just slips behind the sun's glare. It's called a solar conjunction. And poof, it's completely hidden from all of our telescopes. So, you tell me, super convenient coincidence or a perfectly timed move to hide an engine burn? The list of clues just keeps on piling up. This table lays out some of the other big physical head-scratchers. First off, its density was just off the charts, like 1,000 times denser than we expected. Its chemistry was bizarre, 10 times more nickel than iron, and it had almost no water on it. Now, for each one of these, you can come up with a natural explanation, but it's a stretch. Meanwhile, that artificial theory, well, it starts to look suspiciously neat. So, here's the real kicker. You can try to explain away each clue one by one with its own separate, kinda unlikely natural cause. But then another idea popped up. What if there's one single theory that explains all 10 anomalies at once, in one elegant swoop? And that one idea is what's called the cometary stealth probe hypothesis. Okay, so the theory goes like this. 3I Atlas isn't an alien ship, not like you see in the movies. It's a regular, natural comet that's been, hollowed out and packed with instruments. Basically, it's been turned into the ultimate deep space disguise. And just look at how neatly this theory ties everything together. It's kind of perfect. The comet's icy shell, that's the camouflage. That weird acceleration we saw, that's a hidden low-thrust engine. The vanishing act behind the sun, that was to hide the engine burn. The strange nickel signature, well, that's just venting from some kind of structural material. And the fact that it has no water, it doesn't need it. It's got its own power source. Boom, one theory, and all 10 anomalies are explained. But okay. This brings up an even bigger question, doesn't it? If this really is a probe from some advanced civilization, why hide? Why all the secrecy? To even begin to answer that, we have to step outside of just astronomy and dip our toes into a really deep philosophical idea. This idea has a name, and it's a famous one. It's called the zoo hypothesis. The basic concept is that the galaxy could be absolutely packed with intelligent life, but they're leaving us alone on purpose. They're just watching us from a distance, kind of like zoologists studying an animal in its natural habitat, just waiting for us to grow up. Now, this whole thing stems from the famous Fermi paradox. You've probably heard it. Where is everybody? We live in this unbelievably vast universe that should be crawling with life, and yet all we hear is silence. Well, the zoo hypothesis has an answer. It suggests that the silence isn't because no one's out there. The silence is a choice made by the life that's already out there. For a long time, the way we thought about measuring advanced civilizations was with something called the Kardashev scale. It's all about how much raw energy you can use. Basically, bigger is better. It's kind of a gluttonous model, right? But there's a new idea out there that suggests true advancement isn't about how much you consume, it's about wisdom and efficiency. And that's called the Entropia scale. So this new scale has 3 stages. Type A is the gluttonous civilization. That's us, right now. We use a ton of energy and create a ton of waste. Then you have Type B, the balanced civilization. They learn to optimize their energy and cut down on waste. But the ultimate goal is Type C, the harmonious civilization. These guys have achieved almost perfect efficiency. They've actually mastered entropy itself. They're living in total symbiosis with the cosmos. Okay, so let's tie all of this together. If these super advanced Type C civilizations are out there, their silence isn't because they don't know we're here. No way. Their silence would be a deliberate, thought-out, ethical policy. These Type C civilizations, they would basically be the zoologist of the cosmos. They'd understand that making contact too early could totally shatter our culture, our entire development. So they watch, and they learn, and they wait. They practice non-interference, not because they don't care, but out of a kind of cosmic compassion. And when you look at it through that lens, an object like 3I/Atlas takes on a whole new meaning, doesn't it? It's not a weapon, it's not an invader, it's a silent observer. Its very presence, with all these little subtle clues, it's almost like a test for us, a test of our scientific curiosity, our open-mindedness, and maybe even our humility. So I have to ask you, what do you think? After seeing all the evidence, where do you fall on this? Is 3I/Atlas just the strangest rock from another star we've ever seen? Just a pile of bizarre coincidences? Or is it something more? A quiet observer, sent by a wise and patient civilization, just checking in on us while they wait for us to be ready? The real answer, well, it's still hidden somewhere in the data. But maybe, just maybe, if we learn to listen to that cosmic silence in a whole new way, we might finally hear the message that's been waiting for us all along.